With the recent launch of the iPhone 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max, many of you might be wondering, should I upgrade from my old phone? Well, for me, the answer is pretty simple. My name is Patrick. I am a husband, a dad, and a creator living in NYC, and today I'm going to break down everything that's changed from your iPhone 14 Pro right up to the iPhone 15 Pro and the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I'm going to tell you everything, both the good and the not so great, and help you make an informed decision. Trust me, there are some surprises along the way. Getting started, let's talk design, because Apple has moved away from stainless steel to titanium for the iPhone 15 Pro, only Pro series, not the regular iPhone 15. This change not only brings a fresh brushed look, which is very difficult to say, and I've tried to say that phrase 17 times and I just nailed it. I'm very excited. Excited. Oh my gosh. This change brings a fresh brushed look, but it also makes the phone lighter, providing a comfortable grip. And the bezels have been slimmed down, reducing the overall size of the phone for a more ergonomic feel. Now, does this matter if you're just gonna slap a case on the phone? Well, maybe not. Some of you wackos don't use a case. I have to have a case. I am far too phone droppy not to have a case. There are also some new color options that some might find a bit underwhelming. Gone are the deep purple and space black hues. Instead, we have black titanium, natural titanium, blue titanium, and white titanium. Okay, favorite color in the comments. You saw the pictures. What do you think? Let me know. I miss some of the color options from iterations in the past, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do? You can't change the color unless you put a skin or a case or stickers all over it or something. Apple invested a lot in crafting these titanium frames, which involved a solid state diffusion process to improve heat management. This could help with screen dimming issues that some users face when the phone gets too hot. This happened to me throughout my entire vacation in Florida and even here in NYC when my phone is on my dash and I'm driving and the phone just gets too hot to even use. I'm hoping this changes with this new titanium. Another noteworthy upgrade is the new action button. The physical silence switch is gone. It's been replaced by an action button, which you can customize. You can set this action button to perform various tasks like pressing it and it begins a voice memo recording or quick camera access. It's a small change, but a welcomed one. I, for one, will probably have this button open the camera. I take a lot of photos, and we're gonna talk about the camera later, which I'm very excited about. I can't get too excited, that's coming later. But check out this action button. It will perform actions based on your customizations for what you use most on the phone. I'm really excited about this. And before we dive deeper, if you're gaining value from this video, go ahead and hit the like button. And while you're doing that, you should simultaneously be subscribing below. Thanks. Let's get into the heart of the phone, or the brain. I don't know. The A17 Pro chip is the first A series to support the Pro branding. Apple's move to the 3nm chip was highly anticipated, promising significant gains in CPU, GPU, and battery life performance. Now, every new phone that Apple releases, or anyone releases, they change the size of it, they make it larger while somehow making it thinner, they change the speed of it, and then they always talk about the battery performance. So we're gonna see how this holds up, but with this new Pro chip, I really think we're gonna see some significant changes, not only in battery life, but in CPU and GPU, which is great. But I will say this, while the A17 Pro boasts more transistors and better efficiency cores, its overall performance increase is just around like 10% compared to its predecessor, the A16 Bionic. So graphics performance sees a modest 20% boost, which is honestly less than expected for a lot of people. On the bright side, we finally get hardware ray tracing, enabling better quality gaming with improved graphics and potentially lower power consumption. I, for one, don't do a ton of iPhone gaming, but so many users do. So if you're sitting there with an iPhone 14 Pro and you're thinking, should I upgrade, and gaming is your thing, the iPhone 15 Pro might be right for you. Apple also focused on enhancing the neural engine's speed, making it 2 times faster than the A16. There's speculation about more upgrades, especially with RAM in the future, which is helpful, but we'll just have to wait and see. And speaking of waiting and seeing, we finally have USB-C on the iPhone. And with it comes all the implications of USB-C and the benefits of USB-C. The iPhone 15 Pro series introduces USB 3 speeds via the USB-C port. So no longer is the iPhone all by itself with its specific proprietary charging. It has USB-C, making it much more connectable to other. Yeah, it's got a USB-C port, and it's a step up from previous models. I have to say, Thunderbolt wasn't included this time. There's hope for an arrival maybe next year of Thunderbolt, but USB-C has become the industry standard for charging and data transfers. And I'm thrilled that the iPhone now carries the same tech as, well, everyone else. Now, this does present a problem because so many people have accessories with that Lightning connection. So now you're going to have to go out and get a USB-C dongle of some kind. And I'm sure companies already know about this and are well aware and are moving forward with production to make that an easy process. You're going to have to bear with me. This is where I get excited since I'm upgrading from an iPhone 12, but what about the camera? Apple's presentation touted camera improvements, but there is a twist. The main camera sensor is the same as the iPhone 14 Pro. However, software enhancements bring better HDR and the ability to save 48 megapixel images. So that being said, if you already have the iPhone 14, I don't think the camera quality is a reason to upgrade, but some of the other reasons might be some of the things we've mentioned before and some things we're going to mention now. But for me, someone who is walking around with an iPhone 12 or an iPhone 13, living in the past, walking around with dinosaurs, yes, the iPhone 15 Pro is a huge upgrade. There are new software features, like I said, for the camera, like a 1.2x and 1.5x crop mode, allowing for more creative photography. But if you're considering the iPhone 15 Pro, note that the telephoto and ultra-wide cameras remain the exact same thing as what you find in the iPhone 14 Pro. Now with video recording, while there is still no 8K video recording, can you believe we're even considering that 8K on an iPhone? Apple does still offer 4K at 60 frames per second in cinematic mode, a feature that should enhance your videography experience while using the camera. I just still cannot believe the video quality of the iPhone. Apple won't stop until films are using iPhones exclusively, right? I mean, actually, that would be pretty cool. I heard once that there was an entire film festival dedicated to films created just using iPhones, but whatever. I mean, these features, why wouldn't you with these features? And speaking of video, for those looking for pro-level video from their iPhone, if you're looking for those capabilities, the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max bring exciting options such as external storage and log recording. This is huge. Being able with that USB-C port just to record to external storage, that's amazing. But of course, none of this is free. The iPhone 15 Pro starts at $1,000 with 128 gigabytes of storage, while the Pro Max begins at $100 more with 256 gigabytes of storage. This essentially keeps the price unchanged for the entry-level model. And honestly, for me, all of these features are a win, but they may not be enough to convince an iPhone 14 Pro user to upgrade. Remember, I'm coming from an iPhone 12, but for 14 Pro users, these upgrades just may not be enough. This might be, honestly, one of the smaller upgrades we've seen in recent years. While there are some welcome changes, there's no groundbreaking features that make this a must-have. If you're on the fence, it might be worth waiting for the Pro Max or Ultra models next year. But while you're waiting, watch this video. You'll like it.